transform myself into Wonder Woman. So I have been dying to recreate this look ever since the movie came out. So today is finally the day, just in time for Halloween. So if you guys want to see me transform into Wonder Woman, then please keep watching. To start off today's look, I'm using the Cover FX Blurring Primer. For foundation today, I'm using the FIONA STILES Matte Foundation. To contour my nose and my face, I'm using the darkest shade from the Graftobian High Def Glamour Cream Warm Palette number 3. So I'm going to use this to contour my nose. So obviously in the movie she's super natural, and I'm going to keep the eyes really natural, but whenever I do like a natural look, I still always like to do a cream contour just because it kind of chisels out your face. And yeah, so I'm going to do my nose first. And we're just gonna blend all of that in. So I filmed my Daenerys Targaryen, or I refilmed it right before the season finale, and so many of you guys really loved that look. So when I did Harley Quinn, again, I got a really good reaction from you guys. I had already ordered this costume. I ordered it a little late, that's why this video is going up a little bit late. It's a custom made costume, but I feel like you guys really like the transformations that I've been doing, so I ordered one other like superhero costume. I feel like it won't be here until the day after Halloween, but I might just do it anyway. So let me know if there's anyone else in particular you would like to see me transform into. But I love Wonder Woman. I was Wonder Woman for Halloween probably like 5 or 6 years ago, but the newer Wonder Woman came out not too long ago. So when I was searching for costumes for my videos this year, I found this guy who custom makes these Wonder Woman costumes, and it's like insane. Like the quality is like the movie quality. His name is Jason. I'm gonna link all his info for you guys below. For concealer, I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape in medium. So my sister's bridal shower is coming up next weekend, so I've been so crazy planning it and getting all the stuff together and making different decorations and stuff like that. So I'm going to do a little bit more right on the sides, and with this Tarte brush I'm going to blend in the nose contour. She has a much smaller nose than me in the movie and obviously real life, so I'm going to be contouring it as I normally would to make it look more narrow and to give the tip like a little bit of like a lifted look. So I'm just going to smooth out any wrinkles under my eyes, and then I'm going to set it. I'm going to just use a little bit of this Bye Bye Breakout Full Coverage Concealer. This is by IT Cosmetics. I've been using this probably about a month or so just to cover pimples. I feel a little bit better covering them because it has like acne medication in it. So while that is setting, I am going to do my brows. So in the movie she has really, really strong dark brows, which I love. So I'm going to pull up a picture just so I can make sure I get the shape right. So I'm using my Anastasia Brow Wiz in the color Granite. So whenever I'm trying to do like a transformation, it always helps keeping the picture right in front of you. That way you don't go overboard and you can try and keep it as close as possible. So they're pretty even, I guess. I'm going to use my Ebony Brow Powder to fill them in a little bit more. I love the Brow Wiz as a way to shape them perfectly without making them too dark, and then I just like to go in with the powder to darken up like certain areas. You want them to look natural, so you want to keep the inner, like the part closest to your nose, lighter than what you're going to do for the rest of the brow. That way if you're shaping them or just changing the shape of them, you want them, again, to look as natural as possible. I'm going to take my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I'm using the first color, the grayer tone, and a little bit of the middle color. And I'm just gonna go over the nose contour lines before I wipe the powder away. And the reason I like to do this first is because if it's a little dark, the powder will help blur it out a little bit as well. So using the same brush, I'm just gonna wipe away the powder. With a little bit of my Kat Von D powder in medium 57, I'm gonna apply that underneath my eyes just to brighten a little bit more. Taking the same powder in a little bit of a darker shade, we're just gonna go right over the nose contour. We're gonna use a little bit of the middle shade from the Shade and Light palette, just a little to add a little bit of contour. So of course I just did my eyes and it wasn't filming, so I'm gonna wipe it off so I can redo it for you guys. Luckily it wasn't anything crazy. It must have stopped recording without me even realizing. I did highlight my nose as well as my Cupid's bow a little bit, so that I can't wipe off, but you guys have seen me do that a million times. I just used like a little brush and the gold shade from my palette. So let's try that again. So I'm using my Carli Bybel palette for today's eyeshadow look. In the movie, I don't think she even has any eyeshadow on, just a little bit of eyeliner and mascara. But I'm gonna do a little bit of shadow, like very, very little bit, just to add a little bit of depth into my eyes. So I'm going to use my Sigma E40 and this matte shade right here. And I'm gonna blend that right into my crease. And this brush makes everything easier because literally all you do is just very light back and forth strokes right into your crease. And then you can blend it up towards the brow, a little bit on the lid as well. And you can just see it adds a little bit of shadow. So we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. And we're gonna kind of connect it to the nose contour as well. And that way everything just flows really nicely. So I'm using my Morphe E35. This is what I used to highlight my nose. I also highlighted a little bit under my brow. It's kind of still there. Here and here. I used this shade right here, which is one of my all-time favorite highlighters. So I'm just gonna pick up a little bit of this matte nude shade, and I'm gonna apply that right on the lid, just to brighten it up a little bit. And I'm focusing it more like in the inner part. And then in the movie, she has a black eyeliner, very, very small wing, like barely there. So I'm gonna use my Charlotte Tilbury, the Feline Flick liner, and I'm gonna apply it super thin. Like that. I don't know why I'm getting deja vu right now. Like really bad, it's so weird. So you can just do regular mascara if you want, but I personally always love a little bit of a lash. So I'm gonna use my normal little wispy lashes. I was trying to find my Ardell wispies because they're a little bit shorter, but of course I couldn't find them. So I'm just gonna use these. They're pretty natural looking. So I just cut like 2 sections off so they fit my eyes perfectly. So while the glue is drying, you guys should have seen what happened. So this costume came today, and like I said, it's custom, so I had to send all my measurements and everything, and the corset was just way too big. So I got the costume around 11 o'clock this morning, and again, it was too big, and I was like, oh, like I waited so long for this, like I really want it to look good. I don't want to look like really wide. I want it to be like a real corset where it's gonna like suck me in a little bit. So I texted the guy who made the costume, and he told me what supplies that I needed to fix it. So I went to Home Depot. We FaceTimed for about an hour, and I fixed the corset, so now it fits perfectly. So I had a little bit of a late start today. It's like 4 o'clock right now, so hoping I can still get this up today, if not tomorrow morning latest, but you guys should have seen me. Like, I put a lot of time into trying to make this perfect for you guys, so I hope you like this look. I'm gonna glue these bad boys on. So next comes mascara. This one's by Buxom. It's the Lash Mascara. And I'm just gonna do a little bit. With the darkest brown matte shade from my palette, I'm going to apply that underneath my eyes, close to the lash line. And with a little bit of the lighter matte shade from my palette, I'm just very lightly dragging that under, just to blend it a little bit, give it a little more dimension. This part, again, is optional. It's just something I like to do. It makes my eyes look a little bit bigger. So I'm using the gold highlight shade in my palette to highlight under my brows a little bit. I already did it before and it didn't really wipe off, but just to show you guys again. Obviously she doesn't wear highlighter in the movie, but we can add a little bit of shimmer, why not? And if you're contouring your nose, I highly recommend highlighting it as well, just because I feel like it doesn't look right otherwise. I'm gonna do a little bit of bottom mascara, but just like a tiny bit. And then for lips, it almost looks like she just has like chapstick on, a little bit of a gloss. I'm gonna try and find something similar though. So for lips, she has like a very light pink. It almost looks just like her natural lip color. So I'm going to line my lips a tiny bit with OG Lolita lip liner. And her bottom lip is a lot bigger than her top, so I'm not going to overline my top one like I normally would. And for lips, I'm just going to use a little bit of a cream blush. This one's by Ashley Tisdale. And I'm just going to pat it on. And I'm going to use a little bit of this pink blush for my cheeks. So that is it as far as makeup. Next, we're gonna curl the hair. I bought this like a year ago and I haven't used it. It's the Hot Tools curling iron, but it's like the longer one for longer hair. So I'm gonna use this one today. I use their regular irons all the time, so I'm not worried it's gonna work. And this is a 1-inch barrel. Why is this smoking? So I literally just opened this up out of the box and smoke is coming out of it. Yep, I'm not gonna use this guy because I don't trust it. So that's annoying. So we're gonna try this again. I have the same one, just like the shorter version. I was excited to try the longer one because my hair is like very long. So I was just wearing like that little headpiece as a headband because I can't do my makeup without a headband. But I'm not gonna show you guys how I curl my entire head, but I'm gonna show you like the bottom half and then I'll go up into the front pieces to show you guys that as well. So I always like to just split it down the back and bring it all to the front. Ow. Brush it with your fingers. And then this is probably a small section. I could do it all in one. So once your iron is heated up, you're just gonna start at the top. And I always like to hold it at the top a little bit. So you just kind of slowly feed it through, let it sit till you feel like the heat coming through, and then just continue. Like that. I always like to kind of like scrunch it in a little. You'll feel how hot it is, and by squeezing it all together until it kind of cools a little bit, it's going to help keep the shape of the curl. So these are the type of curls that you want, like super bouncy curls. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Start at the top and let it sit. Same thing. Just hold it up, scrunch it until it cools down a little bit. And I'm gonna repeat the same thing all the way up. So I will be back in a minute when I finish. I'll show you guys how I do the front part of my hair. So my hair is like so long that it's really hard for the curls to actually hold because I have like no layers. So I actually just plugged in my 1-inch wand because it might be a little bit easier to curl like the top parts. But I'm gonna do the top layer and then we'll see like what parts we have to fix. So I'm gonna part it down the middle just to curl it. I like to do it first down the center and then like flip it because it'll give it a little bit more height and volume. I'm gonna pin it to cool, that way it lasts a little bit more. Yeah, so this is curling it so much better. So I'm gonna say go with the wand for this hairstyle since you want it super curly. I don't know, I'm so used to using this wand and making like big waves that like I wasn't sure how curly I could actually get it. But yeah. Yeah, the wand just gets so much hotter too. Curl the front piece, so you want to curl it away from your face. So next comes the headband, which look guys, it covers my pimple perfectly. And it's gonna go under the hair and
Amazonian! My God, you look like an Amazon woman.
Cool shirt, right?
Very cool.
Looks legit.
Totally.
Totally. We made it work.
Did you do your whole film already?
I'm still filming right now. So I'm just gonna use a little bit of hairspray. So I'm gonna go put on the full costume and I'll be right back. So this is the final result. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a very safe Halloween and until next time, I'll see you guys later.